Okay, I'm on page 191 using formulas in a table. So make sure you read this page. The formulation, a formula is used to calculate a total, an average, determine the highest or lowest number, or count values. A cell range then is a range of more than one cell. Two or more cells in a table is the cell range. And a field code is a placeholder where the function appears. It appears as parentheses equals sum above in parentheses. When applying function, it only results. So we're going to learn about all those things. So on the top of page 192, it talks about some special functions that we use in formulas. We have the sum function, the average, max, minimum, and count are the most common ones that we will use. So let's start with the step-by-step on page 192. It wants to use the document that was open previously, so let me get that one back open. And it was the part numbers table update, so get that open. There it is. Okay. So now use the document that is open. Place the insertion point on the last row. So I'm going to go ahead and place it down here. In the rows and column group, so I need to go to layout. Rows and column group. Click the insert below. We want to add a row to the bottom. A new row is inserted below the last row. Type total cost in the first column, last row. Bold the text and align right. We need to go back to the Home tab to do that. Bold and align right. Okay. Back to layout. Position the insertion point in the second column, last row. So over here in this cell that has nothing in it yet. And we're going to calculate the total using the formula dialog box. On the Table Tools Layout tab in the Data group, click the Formulas button. So down here I have a Formula button. The Formula dialog box opens. If you are familiar with Excel, then you will notice the similarities in the Formula button. Refer to Table 6.2 for the formula function. So this is what it should be looking like. By default, the sum above formula appears. This function totals the values listed previously in the second column. Word automatically detects values in a table when using a formula button. Click OK to accept this default setting. And now it's put a total in there for us. Go ahead and save this document as part numbers update. And we'll go ahead and we will use it for the next step-by-step. So on page 193, apply a number format. Place the insertion point in the 470 and 5/10 value. By default, the cell value is shaded in gray. I just want that cell, so let me go to layout, select cell. This appears with only one decimal point. To change the formatting of the decimal places, open the formula dialog box again by clicking the formula button. Click the down arrow key in the number format section and select the third option. So it'll have 2 decimal points and a dollar sign actually. Click OK. The option inserts a currency symbol, a comma, the thousands place separator, and 2 decimal points. Select all values in the second column and select Align Center Right from the alignment group on the tab. I don't know why I have that number in twice. Here we go. Now I want all these selected, so we're going to go ahead and select them. And it says align center right. So I'm going to use this one right here. It says align center right. So now I'll line them up on that side. This should also have the 2 zeros. I don't know if I didn't type them before. There we go. I just typed the 2 zeros in to get them to show. Okay, go ahead and save this as part numbers first update and leave it open for the next exercise. So the second step-by-step on page 193. Use the document that is open, select the 1250 and change the value to 1540. So highlighted at 1540. Place the insertion point in the value 750. Right click and hit update field. And now that value will update for the number that you changed. Go ahead and say this is part numbers final and leave it open for the next exercise. Click on the File tab, then click Options, click Advanced. Here's my Advanced. Under the section Show Document Content, click the checkbox by Show Fields. So it looks like I need to go down. Here's my Show Document Content. Click checkbox by Show Field Codes instead of their values. So right here I need to check that box. When selected is shown, leave the default settings. The other options available are never and always. Okay. Click OK. We're supposed to just leave it as when selected, so go ahead and click OK. Your insertion point should be in the second column. So now all of a sudden it displayed this. In the tables groups, click Select and then click Select Column. Change the width to 2.7. So right here I'm going to change the width to 2.7. So on top of page 194, it shows you what it should look like. Save the document as part numbers displaying field codes in the lesson folder, in your folder, or on the desktop. Go ahead and do the next step-by-step. Click the File tab, and then click Options. Click Advanced. Show Document Content. Scroll down. Click the checkbox by Show Field Codes. So we want to go ahead and remove this checkmark now. And click OK. And now we're back to where we were without that in there. So the bottom step-by-step on page 194 is we're going to click the View tab and select the Read mode. That shows what our document's looking like. Double-click the table to zoom in on the table. So I just double-clicked it, and all of a sudden it got bigger, so we can zoom in. The table appears with a magnifier beside it, and shadow background of the document appears behind the table. Click the magnifier button to zoom into the table. So really zoomed in. The table fills the screen, which makes it easier for reading. Click the magnifier button again. It'll zoom out. Click anywhere outside the table to exit that object zoom. Feature and return document to read mode. Click on the View menu, so up here View, and then select Edit Document. So now I'm back to my normal screen. And go ahead and save the document to your folder or desktop. That concludes Lesson 6. So go ahead and make sure you do the knowledge assessment and then do the competency assessment, printing off each project as you do them.